Today I'm going to show you how I am going to create a 3D file of this to be resin printed. I'm going to try to print it out with resin. You see this beautiful pink color that is pretty much the same color as what this would be in real life, and I'm really excited. I previously printed this out on the MK4 with PLA filament, and as you can see it wasn't strong enough, so the leg came off. Since I use 3D printers, PLA and resin for very specific things, I print out a test first to see if the scale looks good, if it looks good for what I want to use it for, and then I go from there. So what I'm going to do is use the test print to physically see how big of a loop I will have to inset into it on the program so that it can come out the way that I need it to come out. Look how cute he'll be. So this is what the file of the little dude looks like. So after I select the little dude, I go to mesh, modify, convert mesh, and then you gotta wait for it after you press OK. And it's gonna take a bit. Once the file has been converted to mesh, so now you can see all of the nodes. So now I'm going to go to create torus, and I'm just going to like sketch out a torus, which is basically just a loop. So I basically just scaled it, pressed the pointer button, and now it's asking me to adjust the inner diameter, sorry, I don't know how to speak English. So I'm just going to like mess with it a little bit. Change the torus diameter. What I'm gonna do is just adjust this. I'm gonna make it like 20, so it's not so thick going through this. And you can like choose which position, like where you want. Basically, it's the positioning of the torus around this blue line. You can either choose on center, which it is, and then this is inside, and this is outside. But I think I'm actually gonna choose inside. Let's see. I usually have to mess with this a couple times until it looks right. And what I'm gonna do is just keep it on Operation New Body. You have all of these other things, and I'll get into that later. I'm just gonna press OK now. And there it is. I have to figure out where I am in orientation with this. And this gets really fun. Working in a 3D plane, you don't know where you are. A lot of the times, from one direction, it will look like this is right next to it, but then you change the view and it's all the way in Narnia. I'm really picky about this, so I'm going to move this. Oh, okay, that actually worked. Okay, let's do OK. And I'm gonna adjust the view again to like this type of weird view, because I need to turn this. Pressed OK. That was not what I wanted. Oops. Oh, he's got a halo. I can see a halo. Halo. Okay, let's try that again, Angela. Okay, I want it like this, but I want it to change this way. Hopefully that's the correct orientation. Yes, that's the correct orientation, Angela. You did the good things. Let me look at my sample again. That would be too big. So we're gonna make a new torus. The really annoying thing about this program is that whenever you have to actually make something smaller, make the torus smaller, the only thing that you are able to do is, right click, press pull, and you can only adjust the thickness. You cannot adjust the scale. So I have to make a new one. I'll do that off screen and then I'll come back. You also will need to consider every object's center of gravity. So just looking at this, I can tell where I need to put it, so I'm gonna put it in that spot. I have now put the torus where I want it. I'll show you from a different view so you can see that little gray part is the part that is inside. And what I'm going to do now is under the solid, I go to combine, which brings up this window, and you have to choose the target body and the tool bodies. The target body is this. The tool body is the torus. And then you have operations to choose from. You can do join, cut, or intersect. What I'm going to do is cut it. I'm going to cut out the torus. And then I'm going to press OK. And the torus has now been cut out. And I'm going to look to see if that is okay. I've not dealt with a frill before. I was a little nervous. That might be okay. I may have to redo this later, but the steps are all pretty much the same. A lot of this is trial and error. I can't tell you how many times I've redone the same thing. So that's how you put a loop into a 3D object so that it can become an earring or any piece of jewelry really. You could use the same method for making necklaces. You can either do the cut or you can do combine, and then you can just have an added loop, like this one is an added loop. But what I wanted, so that it doesn't mess with the way that this looks, I didn't want to put a loop because then it wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look good with it. That's why I wanted to cut out the loop. But that's how you do it.